way behind schedule. Next on the agenda...
Tell me, Stan. Tell me, what should I do?
Huh? Why does he keep repeating his own name? Could there be another person called Stanley?
Oh, Stanley. It should have been me. I should have been the one to die in the Meljabari that day. Why won't your spirit come and stop me from using your name?
A la verga, sí.
If only you hadn't had to save a rookie like me, you would have never died in that windless corner of the world. You were a renowned adventurer, destined to become a legend one day. But now...
Does anyone...
I think our friend really did make it to the Meljabari. And I think the tragedy he encountered there was real too. But the real adventurer, the real Stanley, that was his partner, not him. The real Stanley is the one who died to save our Stanley.
Wait, so the only reason our Stanley is called Stanley in the first place...
I fear that may be the case.
Stanley, for so many years I've lived in fear. Fear that Mondstadt will forget all about you. So I tell you, Adventures, Mondstadt must remember. Stanley reached the center of the Meljabari. Stanley will never die, because I am Stanley. I'm sorry, Stanley. Getting too old. Are you guys planning on eavesdropping much longer?
Yikes! We're busted!
Es súper claro.
Go away. Save your questions. Just
But...
leave now. Don't make me tell.
Honorary Knight, Venti, and Paimon. I'm so glad you guys are here. I've been looking for you everywhere. I wanted to thank you again for helping me find the sword and shield. My parents are finally...
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. They even said they're gonna pay for someone to fix up the Sword of Brilliant Valor and Shield of Magnificent Honor for me, so I can take them out on the road.
That's wonderful! So, Jack, is this the part where you bid farewell to Mondstadt?
No, not yet. I still don't have what it takes to go too far from home just yet. Besides, I'm sure Stanley still has a few stories left to tell. They're what inspired me to become an adventurer in the first place. Stanley, Oh, you're drunk. We'll see you tomorrow then. After your hangover wears off. Maybe you can tell me some more of your stories?
Stanley's really fond of that kid, don't you think?
Yeah.
Jack left.
Oh, I see. What?
Huh? All of a sudden you're facing the facts? That isn't like you.
Just now, I couldn't bear to look at him. His adventurous spirit is so pure. Just a weird
You're not a...
story to be. That's my biggest secret of all. And all these years, I've been living to tell his story. But his personality and the details of his life, I don't remember them clearly anymore. But the one thing I can never forget is that he died in a windless land, where his spirit can never be recovered.
Exactly. Even in his memory, the real Stanley isn't the living, breathing friend. Instead,
I'm too old. I'm completely... No adventurer should have to go that way.
Hans Archibald.
My true name? How did you know?
¿Qué miércoles está corriendo
The
viento ahí?
wind. I can hear the wind blowing in the Mare Javari. I always believed you existed.
Will you hand me your old friend's spirit?
No! Hasta la próxima.
I can't believe
¿Qué
it.
pedo el tubugazo?
Thank you all. And thank you, Lord Barbados. I'm sorry. It's gonna take... But... I think that...
¿Qué pedo? Se me revolvió el
Wonderful!
juego.
Stanley reconnected with his true self and Jack can finally go his own way. This calls for a celebration.
But
No, the wine here's too expensive. Jack still owes me some wine, though. He promised me a rare vintage in exchange for helping him. I'll head off to fetch...
huh? Where's that supposed to be? Why has Paimon never heard of it? Hey, Tone Deaf Bard! Oh, hey!
Ay, no mames. Tengo que subir ahí. ¿Cómo mierda subiste aquí?
You made it. Finally.
Just tell us where you meet next time, okay? We looked... So, did you at least manage...
Yep. Well, sort of. Jack made it out to be a rare collect... when actually it's just a half bottle of regular cider. This takes me back. The first time I saw this view, I hadn't even taken on this form yet. It was about 2,600 years ago, before the world had come under the rule of the Seven. At that time,
Old Mondstadt? Oh, Paimon remembers! Nowadays it's known as Storm Terror's lair, right?
that's right. The Tyrant of the Winds who once ruled from that tower was Decarabian, god of... Back then, I was but a wisp among the thousand winds. I wasn't a god of anything. I didn't even have a human form. I was just a tiny elemental being who lived in the wind, a gentle breeze bringing subtle changes for the better, or tiny seeds of hope.
A tiny elemental being? Without a human form? Venti, do you mean you used to look
No estar
different
entendido
than...
que es un
Yep.
dios.
My current form is not so different from the situation with fake Stanley. I took the form of a...
Espérate, ¿qué?
In old Mondstadt transpired the story to be told, where a tyrant ruled. I met a boy not that old. The lyre he played, and for a song he sought. But storm walls blocked blue sky. He was sincerely distraught. I do so wish to see the birds in flight, said he, his strong eyes filling with light. But his voice was lost in the howling wind's churn, for the whirlwind takes and gives not in return. The true sky and songs that cageless soar, were they not wishes worth fighting for? So the boy turned, extending his hand. Let us cast down the tyrant and his walls from this land. The young boy raised then the flag of revolt, and I threw myself into freedom's tumult. Victorious were we who fought to be free. Gods fell, winds whipped, nations shook violently. In the smoke, a despot met his doom, and we watched as his great tower fell none too soon. Mondstadt began anew, the story passed down, and since then never has another worn its crown.
So then what? What happened to your friend?
Say, Paimon, do you wish to hear the next...
Yes, of course! The suspense is killing Paimon! But Venti's telling his story! What makes you suddenly want to have a meet?
Getting a little peckish or something.
Paimon's had it up to...
You know, you're so but then, maybe it's right that true friends can tell what the other is thinking. A refreshing drink, a gentle breeze. Moments like this always take back to a song that I first heard from him. Fly, fly away. Like a bird in the sky. See the world on my behalf. To the heavens may you fly.